My guest today is a well-travelled man and has achieved a great deal in his life. Please welcome Gursaant Singh.
Yeah, thank you, Will.
Singh.
Yeah, well pronounced.
Now, I know there's a great story behind the name, but if we could first have a bit of a chat about your origins, if you like. You're originally from India, and what led you to wind up in the UK?
Yes. Well, I'm born and brought up, as I said, in India, and I was lucky to have a quite privileged background. Studied in a quite prestigious boarding school, which is a British boarding school.
In Britain, yeah.
No, in the UK, in India.
In India?
Yeah, it was British boarding school in India, up in Himalayas, beautiful settings in the hills.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Did well with games and sports. I was national champion boxing.
Really?
I was India number 1 when I was 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was sports captain of the school in my final year.
Yeah.
And after doing my A-levels, I kind of because I was there in that boarding school for about 7 years, and I was in quite a protective environment.
Yeah.
And
they are a bit, aren't they?
yeah, because you're hardly supposed to go out. It's pretty much regimented from 6 o'clock in the morning runs to 9 o'clock lights off.
Right.
And if you're getting late for in between routines, you get whacked with a hockey stick with a choice of whether you want it from the thicker end or the thinner end.
And that. So, I guess, did you learn English there?
Yes, everything was taught in English. Some of our teachers were English as well.
Yeah.
British. And
so after that, at what point? And you mentioned your dad had done extremely well, hence he'd been at boarding school, and then he had some problems. Where did all this take place? In India or here in the UK?
No, when I came to the UK the first year, I had a ball. Everything was paid for, accommodation. I had a pocket money, which was quite decent. And the second year, beginning of the second year, I got to know that my father actually lost pretty much what he had, which was a shock to me, because I was a bit of a spoiled boy. Not spoiled boy, but I was more like a mama's boy. And I've not worked much. Everything was given to me in plate.
Yeah.
And which taught me a big lesson, actually. And then got to a stage where my father couldn't really afford to pay the tuition fee because I was an international student. So it comes roughly around $8,000 plus living expense.
Yeah.
So it was quite a big chunk. And so that was the first time I decided to find a job. The first job I had, I think, was up in...
Oh, sorry, what age were you at this point?
18.
Right.
19, just turning 19.
Okay.
And the first job I went through some recruitment company, and it was at the Ford when it was open up near Southampton.
Oh yeah.
So they said this is a big factory and you can go up and they give you some work. So okay, fine. I was like put in this minibus, went up there, which kind of in the middle of nowhere, and. So they made us sat there for about half an hour. I thought, this is easy. See, I'm getting paid for doing nothing. And then slowly started to take people around and then doing things. And this another chap comes with me and said, okay, come with me. So I followed him and he took me to the toilets. And and it was a factory toilets. I've never been in the factory toilets in the UK. I would have imagined it would have been better than the Indian ones, but it was not that far off. And I actually refused to clean. I said I could do anything else, but I'm not going to clean the toilets. Again, that was a Brad, just thing which I've not done and I wasn't ready to accept.
Yeah.
And I remember I just had to make my way back home because there's nothing more you can do here. And I had to take a bus back to Southampton and then train back. So I actually spent more money than I earned anything there.
Really?
But then afterwards, I told myself I have to do something. So the first job really I did was at cleaning the offices, cleaning up the tables and the bins from 6 to 8, and And then afterwards, I got into security, which was quite decent actually. Used to be 12-hour shifts, so I used to do all the weekend. Used to pay reasonably well, and did that. And then that was only part-time, and then when there was university was off during the summer, I did various factory jobs and packing and this and that.
Good for you. Good for you.
So which really helped me to be grounded.
Yeah.
And to really learn what the money worth is.
Yeah, not a bad thing, is it?
No.
But you've since graduated in life through to what you do now, and you could maybe explain a bit more of that to us. But it sounds like it's good. You're doing really well with it.
Yeah, it's getting there. Aspirations are a lot higher. But yeah, since I graduated in computer engineering, I worked in the industry for 4 years, and having business background in the family, I always wanted to do something on my own. So it was a quite good progression being a developer, developing a lot of tools and platforms, and then I moved up into pre-sales because I wanted to get the experience of sales as well to start my business, because that's big key to sell yourself and get business.
So it's quite a hard thing to do, to sell yourself.
Yeah. So that helped. So that helped me to understand how that works, and then peak of recession in 2009, I decided, okay, I'm gonna start my business. Everybody's, how you bonkers? Why are you leaving a job in peak of recession? But I had another option, because technology is going to save money to people, and that's the best time to get into business, because everyone's looking to save money, and if you've got the right things to offer, you'll prosper in that market. And I think technology is pretty much. It works out.
It's everything now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's never going to have a downtime. Probably it's a little bit, but again, most of the time it's there required.
And the business you're in is it? How would I phrase it? Is it web development, web building? How would I phrase that? Or
so
what's it called? What's your business called?
Business name is called Stream Market.
Stream Market.
Stream Market. So initially we were just building websites. And just passing that on to a client. But as we grew over the years, we understood that it's not just the only thing they require. They require the complete other things like purchasing, supply management, warehousing. They might have multiple warehouses around the world, dispatching, then courier integration, making sure which courier is cheaper to send at a specific location. Accounts integration, reporting, and as I got to know more and more about those areas, so we kept on building our software. So now what we do is we work with companies who want complete end-to-end systems.
Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us on the beach.
Pleasure.
I think it would be fun to do it again sometime, because I think we've only touched the surface with you. I think there's a lot more we could chat about. I'm fascinated by all your origins and how it all became to be. So maybe you'll come back and visit us another time.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks for coming in. That's it for On the Beach this time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.